What is the best temperature gauging tool for candle making? What do you use? Do you use a thermal imaging camera? Do you use an infrared gun? Or do you use a digital thermometer or some variation of it? Now, before you wonder, why did I buy a thermal imaging camera for candle making? I did not. I already had it in the house for house stuff, but I did try to use it before I bought other tools. So today I'll show you all three tools and give you my non-technical, average, everyday opinion in hopes to shed some light on what you may want to try out as your next tool. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to look at is the digital thermometer. Now, I will straight up say this is my favorite for a couple of reasons. One, this thing right here. This is going to be touching the wax. It's going to be inside the wax, and it is not going to be touching anything else because of our wonderful clip. That is then height adjustable. You can adjust the height right here, depending wherever you want to be. And it clips onto our melting jar, and we only have to worry about one single number here. Let me show you. So, as you see here, the only thing that it is touching is the wax, not the surrounding metal. It is nice and deep in there. And again, you can adjust the height if you want to. And once again, there's only one thing to worry about, which is one number and one number only. Just to clarify on that last point, what I mean by one single number is that once the temperature hits the max of what that wax is, it is going to stay consistent and it is not going to jump up and down, left, right, and all over the place, as you will see next. Now on to number 2, the infrared thermometer. Now this thing does read surface temperature. That's one thing to note. So it won't necessarily read, what's deeper in the wax there. It is surface temperature. But there is one way to mitigate that, which is to simply just stir the wax before taking a reading. And let me see if I can show you this here. So as of right now, it's saying, okay, it's still going in. So it's about 150, 152. You also got to keep it at the right distance. 156, 154. The average is 151. Hopefully you can see that. To me, it just seems like it's a bit too much all over the place. Let's see if we can stir it one more time. I know you got to keep it at a certain distance as well. I don't know. I just never really seem to get a hang of it properly. That just might be a fault of the user, which is me. But there you go, I stirred it, 150, about 150, 151, 152. So again, personally for me, this just doesn't do it. I feel like I need to either keep it at the right distance. I believe here it says that I need to stir it. And then there's just numbers. It seems like for me, they're jumping around everywhere too much, which I personally don't like. Again, that's just me. Feel free to try it and see if it works for you. Now, finally, the thermal camera. It essentially acts like the infrared gun, where it reads surface temperature. You'll most probably have to do the same thing where you have to stir the wax before getting a proper reading. Just once again, the numbers jump around a bit too much for my liking. Maybe it's a user error. Maybe there are better settings for this, but as I said, this is a non-technical review, so it's, I don't know if there are better settings, but nonetheless, it is not for me. In conclusion, my preference is the digital thermometer. It sits where it should, gives me a single steady number, and really, I guess the only con that I would say about this is that it could switch off, so you'll have to just switch it on again and wait a quick moment for the temperature to go to whatever the wax is at. So I hope this helped. Let me know what you use. why, any suggestions. Let's share the knowledge. Have a great day.